Okay, just gonna put it on Twitter for you guys. Okay, so this is all here. This is all done. So um, just did copy paste. Everything is should be there finally. So welcome everybody. First of all, since we're doing another live Q&A, it's nice. It's raining right now. If you gonna use the code live stream, you can roll one more time. So make sure you can use the code live stream on any of the 20 faucets listed in the bottom here. So this is something for you to try if you wish. And let's see if anyone is joining now so we can answer some questions or anything you guys would like to ask. So this is finally going to be a video that we can save. The reason we couldn't save the previous video is because BC Game was there, and from our experience with YouTube, they are very strict about um, promoting gambling websites. They're very strict about it. Even if you look at BC Game official YouTube channel, you can see that they cannot put links to their website, and they cannot even use their website link in the name of their site. They call it BC Space Game because um, because YouTube has its policy. But just like either everyone see, um, that's the way it works basically, because that's how it goes. One of the websites we haven't promoted yet, I mean, we did promote it a very long time ago. It's Crypto's Faucets. You can check it out. It's free cash. We're probably gonna send a message about it here in our mailers. It's very interesting, and some users report that they have better experience with it. So feel free to try it. We're just reminding everybody that the code livestream is a new promo code, so you can use it. Um, And also in a previous video, we spoke about the BFG token. So just gonna let you know, you can always see free BFG is listed here, the BFG token. So it's 0.018, so it's 1.8 cents. Just a while ago, it was only 1.5. So not only it went up in value, you can see from 1.8 towards 1.7. That was only in the past day, in the past 7 days. It was 1.5-ish, 6, the past few days. It's also gaining nice returns. So it's a very good currency. So just make sure you collect it. It's free from Free BFG um, over here. I'm not sure if I can, yeah, can mark it with the mouse. So that's the one to check out. Um, Okay, I already asked enough questions today. Tell us something about yourself, some basic things, something we're comfortable talking about. Okay, so maybe some others would have questions, and thanks for asking in the previous one. So just explained again one more time that we couldn't save the old video because we have to be very strict about what it shows in the video. Otherwise, YouTube is flagging the video, and it happening to many content creators. So YouTube allows us to talk about crypto, but YouTube doesn't want us to talk about any gambling websites, even if those gambling websites are actually paying free money, like BetFury is doing with the BFG token. That not only they giving it away for free, or they used to give it away for free, not anymore, but it that's the way it is. So they have their own policies. Something to talk about besides the BFG token is always remember the gainers and losers. So you can see that Neo is almost $13. It used to be like $6, $7 just a while ago. So if you collected Neo with us now, it's actually worth twice the price that whatever you have with it. And it's all free again. This is free Neo. It's here. And feel free to check all of the sites. Just reminding you again that free Steam is a non-crypto faucet, although indirectly Steam is pretty much indirectly related to crypto. But Steam, it's the company Vault. They have the Steam CS:GO, Counter Strike. It's a very popular game that a lot of people are playing all over the world. It's related to esports and other things. So that's a faucet that some users very much like. But if you don't, you can always skip on it. It's up to you. Uh, all right, back to the channel. Let's see. Can you explain how to withdraw Steam token from your platform? Yeah, so if you go to Steam, let's try to go through the process just to explain. So once you basically log into the site, just like I'm right now in free Bitcoin, it's the same thing. There is a withdrawal button here. So you click on withdrawal. You can basically click on withdraw all or just withdraw your balance and then you click on withdrawal. Always make sure it says please use a valid Bitcoin address. Always make sure you um, pay attention to the message here. Sometimes, for instance, with Freematic and free Shiba Inu and others, it says that you have to use a BEP20 address. And some users are not doing it, even now, and then they're losing the funds, which is really a shame. So, this is a website that allows you to verify um, that the Bitcoin address that you're using is a valid address. Okay, let's go back. Okay, you mentioned it 10 times in the last video. When is that? It's going to be this week. Going to be this week. Um, there was something. Yes. But again, it would probably be for about 2 to 3 hours. So that's something for you to consider. So someone was asking what happens about withdrawals. Sometimes are they instant or not? So we always said always check the FAQ, and it says what is the minimum withdrawal amount. So sorry, withdrawal is processed instantly. So normally for most members, the withdrawals would be processed instantly. So once you click on withdrawal, you're gonna see it in your wallet within seconds, minutes. But however, in order to protect our site from fraudulent activity, a withdrawal can be held by a security system. If this happens and you genuinely believe it's wrong, then just send us a direct message on Twitter and we'll be happy to assist. So that happens if account gets flagged, but it doesn't get flagged just right away. We don't flag accounts for minor reasons. It normally happens for major reasons. So just something we mentioned. Um, Somebody was mentioned today on CoinPayU, according to uh, the YouTube video we posted about it, that you can make 4 claims. So he said you can make 4 claims per coin in the faucet. So if you go to the faucet, you can claim every 60 minutes, but you can do it 4 times. There's also the swap option where you can swap your currencies, and there's a swap history. You can swap from BitTorrent, Bitcoin Cash, Zillow, whatever. Okay, don't wanna touch things that are not relevant for most members. Um, so again, once again, it's the first Q&A. We haven't done Q&A before, except for the one that wasn't saved. This one is going to be saved. We're just making sure, really double checking that we're not going into any sites that YouTube doesn't want us to go into. Hopefully, there could be a little bit more lenient with their policies. Some content creators are able to post videos without worrying about going into those sites, but we had unfortunately some bad experience with it. So that's why we're a little bit more strict with it. Um, so let's see if there's any other questions. If you can take your time. In the meantime, I'm just gonna explore. XRP is up by 3.5-ish% today, so it's almost 40 cents. Still not much because XRP used to be in the top $3. It never reached the top ever since crypto even started. And Bitcoin and other coins made much better gains than XRP. But some investors still believe in XRP. We never know. Um, the biggest losers today, don't see any coins that are relevant to our faucets here. If anything, the one of the biggest losers is probably the stable coins like Tether and USDC, which because they lost gains against Bitcoin. But it was expected after Bitcoin was and all the cryptos out of crypto winter. Um, okay, right. So if let's see if we don't see any other questions, so that's fine. So I'll try to cover more questions that some of you have. You can translate the website if you don't speak English to other languages. We try to cover as many languages as possible. As mentioned, the translations are not always perfect. They're far from being perfect, but if you see some issues with the translations, by all means let us know. Please tell us that if you have some issues with like with those translations, we can try to make it better. Sometimes we get comments from users and they tell us, okay, you have to change this word and this word. We're doing our best with it. This one is in Spanish. Most of you probably using it in English, but if you prefer to use it in Spanish, English, Japanese, German, French, whatever. So all of these languages are available here. Um, okay. Could you add monlinks of all ads to the sites? We are considering any more alpha walls in general to the site. Uh, our nearest, like in the very near future, our plan is to add a crash game. So for instance, let's say you made a roll, like right now I have 5 rolls, now I have 4 left and I got 2 Satoshis. So the goal is that you would be able to play with those 2 Satoshis in Crash, and for instance, hypothetically win 1,000 times this amount, and it's still free for you to play. So that's what we're working on. It just requires a lot of security features because we don't want users to exploit the game, so that's why it takes a long time. But that's what we're working on. So hopefully that's gonna make it a little bit more interesting and also more fun because instead of playing only one game for free, which is rolling the numbers, you'll be able to play with your balance as well over here. Um, trying to remember what else we mentioned. Also, some of you mentioned that whenever you roll, you see this pop-up showing up again and again, the CPX research surveys. So it's something that we're looking into, so it won't be too annoying, but it's something that you mentioned. I made a withdrawal to be a valid BTC address and it shows paid, but I haven't received BTC yet. If it shows paid, give it a few more minutes or even up to an hour or so, because BTC is the slowest one, and probably it's gonna take a little bit of while. But if you still don't see it after a while, then for sure just drop us a message on Twitter, and we'd be happy to assist with it. But yeah, Bitcoin is the slowest one, unfortunately. And no problem with the duplicate. There's no problem with asking the same thing again. Uh, let's see. Okay, so the previous Q&A was about 40-minute long, even though we couldn't save it. This one probably seems to be a little bit, probably gonna be a little bit shorter, but it's fine. And we're just gonna wait to see if anyone has any other questions. Um, are we planning to add new tokens anytime soon? You mean like new faucets? It's yes and no. It depends on the way crypto is gonna pave itself. Um, as we mentioned, if you go to our blog, which is listed in the bottom, you can see some articles that we posted here. And one of the articles is what happened to freedoge.co.in. So you can read this article. It was we posted it in September 2020, over um, 2.5 to 2 years ago. So in August 2019, this is a message that the website, the most popular faucet, freebeatcode.in, they posted on freedoge.co.in. That was their sister site, and they basically explained that they closing the site. Now, it was pretty devastating for many members because many members were working extremely hard to bring a lot of referrals to the site. And once the site was closed, they lost all the referrals because they didn't transfer the referrals to the new site. And that was very devastating. What we try to do all along is to never shut down any of these faucets. So any of those, all of these faucets since the establishment, they were always live. At the worst thing, at the very worst thing we've ever done was raising the withdrawal threshold. Only if we notice there's a lot of fraudulent activity or things like this. But we never had a position where we said, okay, let's say we're gonna close down, we're gonna shut down freebitcoin.io. That's gonna be devastating for so many members that first of all collected their coins, or they had to they brought a lot of referrals. So that's what we did since the beginning. This website, by the way, was launched in June 2018. So that's something for you. As you can see, it's almost been 5 years now with this one. But the earliest one, CoinFaucet, was about October 2017. So we never closed or shut down any faucet, unlike what they did. So that's why we are not in a rush all the times to come up with some tokens. If you remember what happened to Luna Classic, it was a coin that many of you asked us to open a faucet for, but you saw what happened. So that's why we trying to be very careful about the type of coins that we're choosing for faucets, because we don't want to be in a position where if something happens to one of those coins, or the coin is completely being wiped out of the market and it's impossible to trade with it, that's going to be devastating if we be in a position where we have to close and shut down uh, the faucets. So that's why we're not in a rush to open a faucet for every single coin. Even though some of you were asking for Luna Classic, there was a lot of demand, but thankfully we did the right thing. By the way, if you look at our channel, we had a video about stocks. You can see right now stocks is $1.18, so it's doing pretty nicely. It maybe will be like Cadena, so KDA, so just be careful with it if you investing in it in the long term. It should go up, but you never know. There's pump and dump all the times in the market. Okay. Um, so that's answering hopefully your question about our plans to add new tokens, basically add new faucets. Let's see if anyone has any other questions or anything you guys want. Oh, Rod Rodolfo. Hope you're doing well. Over there. Um, it's always nice to see some members from all across the world, and that's what crypto is doing. It's basically connecting people from all over the world, and that's something we like. Um, so yeah, basically this Q&A, so hopefully it's answering most of the basic questions you guys have, but we are expecting more questions to come. There's always new questions or feedback or anything like that. So that's something to consider. So can I give it a few more minutes just to see if anyone has other questions which you'd like to ask? In that case, please, by all means, send it in chat. There's the top chat and live chat. Just gonna see that not missing anything. Gonna say I as well. Um, we also got feedback about the type of videos. Yes, I mean we're trying to doing our best to create better videos for our YouTube channel. Not because to keep it less boring, as we say, but also because there's a lot of things to show, and you have to keep it short and sweet. Um, Right. So the minimum withdrawal threshold for the Litecoin was 0.01 in the beginning, but that unfortunately created a lot of fraudulent activity that we had to raise the withdrawal threshold as a result. Initially, we raised it to zero point 0.1, and now we reduce it to 0.08. Um, so but the goal is to keep on reducing it. It all depends on how is, the activity that is going through it. Just reminding you that we put in our blog as well. So we made a guarantee back in December that we would never raise the withdrawal threshold to more than $20 in the value of any coin. Of course, it's a pretty high number. We're not looking to get even anywhere close to $20, and we never were close to $20 except for Free Neo. And Free Neo, you cannot send it less than one. It doesn't work on decimals. Best test was a code from the last video. Um, Beta test. Yeah, that was the code. It's not case sensitive, so you can just put beta test or whatever you like. It's not it's not case sensitive. So sensitive sensitive. So can be lowercase, uppercase. It doesn't matter. I'm not sure what this means, but hello to you. Um, okay. Um, all right, that's perfect. Okay, so let's see if there are any other questions from anyone else. Anyone who wants to ask some questions, anything else before we wrap up things. Just give it a few more minutes to see if anyone wants to ask some more questions about the sites, about um, anything you have to, anything you're wondering besides stocks. Let's see, cryptocurrencies. Today, beside Bitcoin is almost 28, it already touched $28,000. Dogecoin is 7.5 cents, and Tron is 6.6 cents. Tron is not, well, in the past 7 days it went up by 8%. And Chainlink, $7. And stocks 85%. We already spoke about stocks a long time ago in our YouTube channel. Hopefully you didn't miss it. Not sure what this one is, but that definitely looks like a pump and dump. Never seen it before, if I had to guess, but maybe being wrong about it. Okay, so would you feel about opening a TFS token faucet? It could be, yeah. The TFS is very interesting in comparison to BFG. Sorry. So that's from Fairspin. Um, it's pretty interesting token. I mean, was considering in May was only $0.0015 and now it's 4.6. Already went up to almost 6 just the beginning of the month. But still, I mean, it's a pretty solid currency, so we are considering it. It's definitely a site that we trust as well. Okay, you have $50. What are the five coins you? Well, you should definitely buy BFG. You can buy also TFS if you wish. I mean, that's not a bad one, but you can buy BFG. You can convert USDT to BFG on BSwap. So you can just use a MetaMask wallet and then you convert your Tether to BFG. Reason being is because the coin is going up in value and you also get nice yields, about 40% per annum, even 50%. Do we have an option to check how many rolls we haven't done until now and check our personal stats on free faucets? You can check your stats on the stats page. Going back to that's the page here, and but you don't see the previous rolls here. The rolls that you're doing here are not saved, so you can only see your balance increasing every time you make a roll. Okay, so once again, TFS is definitely interesting. It's in comparison between TFS and BFG, they're both nice tokens. They're both providing something unique that many other websites do not offer. So it's like buying a stock of Betfury or Fairspin for that matter. Um, right. Okay. So just gonna wrap it up for now, unless I'm gonna see another questions coming up. But all in all, it's a first Q&A. We try to conduct to basically allow you to ask some questions in live, and our goal is to make it do it again as the time goes by. Um, you have to remember that social media presence is something that a lot of businesses require, in our opinion. So that's why we're doing it. I mean, you can always each and every one of you can communicate with us on through a message or something, but it's much better to we can the communication like this is also very helpful. Oh, great to hear that you got your BTC paid. It's very slow, as we mentioned. Bitcoin is slow in comparison to all the others. Yeah, it's not a financial investment advice for sure. I mean, it's whatever you're asking is it's only a theory of something like this, but um, yeah, we are considering free Solana now that the incident is behind. Uh, until like with the incident with FTX was extremely worrying, and that's why we never got into Solana in the first place because we had some worries about it in the first place. But now that everything is behind us, looks like Solana should be okay. But yes, if anything, if we would come up with a new faucet, probably would be for Solana, because that's a very solid crypto. That's something that now we feel like we can trust it for a long term. Okay, um, so just gonna wrap those things again. Um, so thank you so much for uh, great to hear it. Thank you likewise. Um, so thank you again for being here in this short Q&A. We will try to do it again as many times as we can. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you soon. So take care, everybody, and see you soon. Bye for now.